Welcome back, gamers, to another episode of Experience Points Podcast. And don't forget, gamers, to
Level up.
Alrighty then. Welcome back, gamers, to the Experience Points Podcast. And as per last year, the first episode of the year is going to be our Game of the Year episode, but I'm going to change it up. And this year it's going to be called, and from now on, honestly, our top experiences of the year. See what I did there?
Or, as I like to call it, New Year's Evolution. New Year's Evolution. Ah!
Don't hurt yourself. Obviously, I'm being joined by Blackout, aka the
What
bad
up,
pun,
y'all?
the bad pun man.
Wow.
And today's date is
The 8th, you already said it.
I didn't
wait, no, you
record it yet. January 8th, 2025, and this is
Blackout's live.
episode 67. We're going to count it as episode 67. I didn't count the Game of the Year episode last year, but this year we're going to count it. And we're going to chit-chat about the games and animes and movie and TV shows that we all enjoyed in the year of 2024. And in the background, intermittently is going to be some gameplay of Forspoken, a game that got really bad scores, but honestly, I am enjoying the crap out of. I did start playing before the year was up, so it's going to count. Anyway. All right, Jones. Well, let's start with the bottom tier and move up. So let's start with movies and TV shows that you enjoy. What's a movie that you had a great time playing? Lord, a great time watching. In the year of 2024.
Well, in the year 2024, it was mainly Marvel, so let's
Marvel
just go
year?
with the Marvel. It really was, and even though it all happened in like October, most of them. But regardless, a lot of them. I really enjoyed Spider-Man: No Way Home. I know it's one of your all-time favorites.
It is. It's in my top echelon of Marvel movies. Of course, I'm biased because I do love Spider-Man. I always have loved Spider-Man. I always will love Spider-Man. But that movie just brought all the franchises together, and just it put the MCU and the multiverse together quite nicely.
Well, you mean it put Spider-Man into the multiverse MCU, because my Spider-Man was already in the MCU, but yeah.
That's literally what I said. Literally.
It's a little different. Literally.
Literally. Have you watched Deadpool Wolverine yet?
I did, and that was going to be another one I'll count, even though it might have been, maybe it wasn't quite 2024, maybe it was actually about 4 or 5 hours ago, but I did watch it! And it was amazing! That movie was so amazing!
I told you, black ass, to watch it. Damn
Look, I get distracted very easily when it comes to not playing certain games, so
Like
it takes a
squirrel.
little work. But I wanted to watch it, then I kept forgetting. I was like, oh yeah, you reminded me, it's on Disney. Yep, I'm going to watch it. Then something
You're
come
so
up,
funny.
then I forget. Then it's like, bound. But today is like, today was the perfect day. I was watching it. I watched it. I was planning on watching it before New Year's, to be perfectly honest, but,
You're funny.
shit happens. Stuff happens.
Yeah, well, you can definitely curse on here. That's not a problem.
What happens?
Yeah, I saw that in theaters the day it came out, like I usually do with Marvel movies. But man, that movie was so damn funny. They did such a good job. I had zero issues with that. I mean, I knew it was going to be a great movie from start to finish. I knew it was going to be great, but I wasn't expecting the level that they went to, and then all those all those amazing cameos that they had.
They had some good cameos, and they had some crack cameos. They had the Deadpool, the freaking Deadpool collective.
Okay, in your opinion, who was the crack cameo?
Well, let's see. I was a little disappointed in the Human Torch.
What? That was fantastic. Pun intended.
Well, I wasn't disappointed in the Human Torch, but I was a little disappointed in the end of the Human Torch.
Yes, so he got murked. Did you
He
watch?
got super murked.
Did you watch the post credit scenes?
Yes, yes, I did. For all of you who was accusing me, I killed him. Here you go.
And he just talked all kind of messed up the whole damn
Yeah.
time. I was like, no, he didn't. It was funny. He brought back the Boston accent too. That shit was funny. When he first showed up, I was like, oh my god, they're not gonna show Cap. They're not gonna show Cap. They didn't show Cap.
That was dirty. That was so dirty. Like I don't even think about those kind of tie-ins, you know, like yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I knew they was. I figured they were gonna do it when they actually did it. It's him, you know. If he's gonna say the thing, he's gonna say the thing. We don't know him.
Yeah. Then they took out Sabretooth with just one freaking
Dude,
hit. I was waiting for that to be an epic fight because I loved that
Dude.
fight between those two
Dude.
back in the day.
dude, look. He one-shot Sabretooth and then Toad gets the best of him, or whatever his name is. Come on.
Yeah, it's Toad. And I'll admit in theaters that because it's been so long since I've seen those characters in like the X-Men movies back in the early 2000 that I literally forgot who they were. I forgot who all of them were until like later on when they started talking about them. I was like, oh yeah, that's who that was.
I ain't gonna lie, when they showed Elektra, I was like, I was just like, they were like, you are? I'm like, yeah, who are you? I was really like, who are you? I don't remember you.
Oh Lord, you forgot about Elektra?
Yeah, I forgot about dude. It has been so long since I watched Daredevil there, and I don't even think I watched the movie Elektra. I might have watched it. I can't remember. Dude, that was like Gen 1 Marvel.
That was Gen -1 Marvel is what that
There
was.
you go. That's right. That wasn't even. I don't even dare. That's how old it was. So yeah, you'll excuse me for not remembering who Elektra was before they said her name.
No, she's pretty iconic too. Please tell me you had no issues with Blade.
Why would I have issues with Blade? What would happen? You mean like who he is? Of course I know who the hell Blade is.
I have no idea where your gaps lie. After all those movies you didn't see when you came to my house, I was like, okay, we got to catch this dude up.
Blade was like in the early 90s or mid 90s. Come on.
Exactly.
I know Blade. Of course I know Remy. Who was extra Cajun or whatever you want to call that.
That accent was terrible. He was like, it's been a long time since I've seen the Sling Blade. Hit me again.
Oh.
I was dying. It was a freaking mess. Okay.
Yeah.
One of mine. X-Men 97. X-Men 97. They freaking.
They went hard to paint. Yeah, I said it. First time of the year, they went hard in the paint. X-Men 97.
I did not expect them to go that hard. Like, I honestly thought it was just going to be just like a reboot of the original show, and it was going to just like retell one of the stories. But man, oof.
No, I knew they had to go beyond that. I mean, it's not. No, they had to go beyond that because, like, you know, I mean, when you look at the original X-Men episodes that came out in '97, they do not hold up at all. Like, you just see, like, you know, they'll say something's happening, then 30 seconds later, they're already on the scene, like, in the middle of a battle with them. It's like there's no, like, just. I don't know. Things that worked really well for the young, like, 8-year-old mind does not work for the grown 40-year-old mind.
That's very, very true. That is very true, especially with old girl passing out every 2 seconds when she uses the power.
No, Jean. Wait, was it? Yeah, Jean. It was both of them to a degree because Storm always had, like, she go up there and do her thing. And then, but yes, Jean was the worst.
It definitely had a good overarching storyline for that show. I had a really good time with that.
I like how they threw in some of the new and the old because, like, you know, there's a story with Magneto, like, taking out Wolverine's adamantium and then he just being bone claw and stuff like that. That was something they did a story, you know, in one of the comics a long ass time ago. I knew about it, but I never in my life thought they were actually going to do that in a cartoon or anime or whatever we want to call that.
Yeah, they definitely did a good job with that. I was excited to, because at first when I first started watching, I was just like, eh. And then Clinton, our boy Clinton, he he posted on there. He was like, "Man, they going hard." And I'm like, "Okay, I guess I just missed a little bit." And then like literally like just into the second episode, that's when they just started just ramping
No,
it up.
exactly. The first episode did go a little like, I'm not sure how I feel about this, but I kept watching it. And literally, I ain't gonna lie, that was like, I don't usually binge stuff. I watch, because I didn't even start until almost the end of the season. I think I like started like 2 episodes before the end of the season. So I like binge watched every episode to like the last 2 episodes so fast because they did so much. Like I didn't think they'd be able to pull off like, as much the story as they did within like that one
In that
season.
short
They
of
did
time.
so much, and they did it so well too. Like they did the thing with you know, Cable and his actual storyline, but you know, with the fake Gene and all that other stuff. I didn't think they were going to do any of that stuff. Like that's the stuff that you know you'd always hear about in the comics. Like that's awesome, but you would never expect to be in the show because you know they got to mainstream it. They did not mainstream it at all. They did everything right.
I definitely love when like shows, especially nowadays, shows have been doing that more and more. They like make like 6 or 8 episodes, but then everything is like so compact and so well done in those few episodes, instead of doing like freaking 24 episodes or even 12 episodes. So that
And then you had
definitely.
too much filler. I mean, 12 is okay, but when you get to like 24 episodes, but then half of it's just like filler and just stupid stuff, then that's when you're doing too much. Like,
Man, when it comes to when like anime has like the perfect amount of anime is 12 episodes. That's the
it
perfect number.
depends on what it is. If it's Dragon Ball Z or, you know, Dragon Ball, I want it to be more than 12 episodes. But I don't want it to be Frieza, no, Namek slash Frieza saga episodes where literally it's just powering up for like 8 episodes. No. Okay, I'll do it like this. I like how they did with certain parts. I can't even really. They did better. Okay, Dragon Ball Z Kai. We'll go with that. That was a good example of them like condensing it down to the nitty gritty, but you know, showing action and stuff. Because I think Super they kind of over embellished powering up too. Because I mean, I love the Tournament of Power, but it still took a little too long.
Yeah, a good third of that could have been cut out.
Yeah, exactly. Like there was some good action parts, but then there was just parts where they're just who are we gonna fight? Let's look over here. Let's power up for like half the episode. Then let's switch to Hugh instead of showing the fight. Like they just do some stuff they shouldn't do.
I
There
think
was
I,
a banger fight in it, but yeah.
I think Brienne powered up for like 4 episodes, 4.5 episodes.
Okay, yes, that right there was too much. Like they were doing way too much magical girl stuff happening over in that part.
And then,
real.
and then she finally Dynamaxed that
Lord.
episode. Here comes Dynamax Rivian.
Yeah, basically.
What's another one for you?
Well, you know, something that you've put me on really recently, even though I haven't watched all of it yet, but How I Met Your Mother is a charming television show.
I am up to season 7 again. I've watched this show at the very least 14 times through. And the thing about the show that makes it so great is the fact that it is made for my generation. You know, the jokes, the timing, the characters themselves, like they were literally made for my generation. You know, the introduction of smartphones and text messages, that's in there somewhere. And you know, the fact that the crew gets together every night and they hang out and they grow up together and they evolve together and they change together, and it's so freaking good. I I identify with Ted Mosby so much, and I've said that before. I'm just a big old hopeless romantic, and I've
Understandable.
I've always been that way. So just the heartbreak and the trials that he goes through trying to find the love of his life. It's definitely a fantastic story.
Yeah, I actually don't know who he's up with yet because you know I ain't that far in. So I'm just curious. Like I had me a few times thinking, "Oh, is this one? Nope, not."
And that journey is one that's definitely well worth the wait. I'm curious to see what you think about the ending because a lot of people were divided on it. I thought it was perfectly fine. I had no issues with it, but there were a lot of people that were like, "Man." So I'm curious to see what you think when you get there. It's 9 seasons total, by the way.
9 seasons is like 24 episodes per season. You're gonna be watching it for a minute.
No.
I
Like I
don't
said,
know.
from the time that you left here, and like within like a couple of weeks, I was already on season 6.
Oh.
if that. So if you just watch it, it doesn't take long, and you can get lost in that show really easily. Again, if it wasn't that good of a show, I wouldn't have watched it 14 times over.
Yeah, I would hope not. That's like basically watching the syndication. Like I used to watch Married with Children or Martin or
Hmm.
something like that every night on TV.
Yep. I watch it at least once a year, and usually around this time of year, because the holidays get a little tough. But it's comfort food. It makes me feel good on the inside to watch a show like this that touches my heart and makes me laugh.
Hmm.
Good stuff. Good stuff. All right, one more from me. The Last of Us. Have you
Ah,
ever
The
played?
Last of
Have you ever
Us.
played those games before?
I mean, I started playing the first one, but just to keep it in check, I did not make it very far. I think as far as I got in the first one was like I was in the process of like they were trying to take us to some camp, but then we were like trying to escape through a park or something like that. I don't remember. That's
Mm-hmm.
the last time I played, so it was like the beginning of that game. I'm gonna get into it. I will. I promise I will. I just gotta
Well,
get my. I just gotta get me in together. I gotta get me together.
we also know your backlog is massive, so it's okay.
It really is.
Eventually you get there. um, but no, the I won't spoil anything, but the I was concerned about the show being a carbon copy of the game, and it absolutely was not. It starts off and it seems like it's going to be that way, but then they just veer off and just do their own thing. They do still tell the story, but they do it in a different way and in a darker way that I didn't think was possible. Because that game is dark, and that game will have you clutching your controller, especially if you play at nighttime with the lights off.
That's usually how I always play those kind of games.
And then you get hyper invested in the story of the main character Ellie and Joel, and man, but by the time it's done, you put your controller down, and you're like, wow, what did I just do? And the show, the second season, was pretty good too. Um, but anyway, yeah, that show just definitely it got me. It got me. It got me hooked. I binged it in I think like or maybe 2 weekends. But I had a great time with it. Anyway,
Nice.
on to anime. Our
Alrighty.
top anime experiences this year. I'll let you start with one.
Well, I'm gonna start off with the top action anime for me of the year. Unless you got something you can remind me about later on, I'm gonna go with Bleach: The Thousand Year Blood War because I've always been watching Bleach since I was like a youngster back in the day when it came on Toonami on Saturday nights, and I loved it. But like it went so far, but then like it did one of those things like Inuyasha where it just stopped. Like they had they just stopped the anime. Like I don't know
Hmm.
whatever money wise, but they still went on with the manga. So, anyways, it came
Money.
back like a year or two ago, and so like they've like, the final arcs, so they've like kind of spread it up between 4 parts. But and I'm gonna say this for the second time tonight, this anime it goes hard in the paint, like. It's like like everything they were kind of like made it simple. Like it seems like all the characters were invincible. Like there were fights. They might lose the fights, but they'd always come back. Even when it looked like they were gonna die, they didn't come back. I mean, they didn't die. They always came back. This anime, nah,
Nah, nah.
they be killing off people. It be bloody, and then the fights be amazing. And it's like revealing like background stories for the characters that we've been wondering about for so long. It's like they're revealing everything, and it's like they're just freaking turning shit upside down. So it is good.
I gotcha. I've only
Like they
seen
killed
like
off the strongest characters.
I've only seen like maybe 4 episodes of the original Bleach. Like One Piece and Bleach are two shows that I've tried to watch at least 4 different times, and I just for whatever reason I just can't get into them. Like I like the premise of both of them, but I can't. I
I tell you,
cannot get into them.
Bleach's number one problem is that the original series it had so many fillers. Like they'd be in the middle of a fight and they'd just go into a damn filler arc out of nowhere. Like like Ichigo be fighting against like one of the spotted. All of a sudden you think they're gonna have a fight finish off. Nah, they're back in like the human world and it's a whole other thing happening.
AKA Naruto.
No, this
Good
is worse
lord.
than Naruto. At least not. Well, no, actually, you're right because in the last couple of arcs of Naruto, it has been basically the
Mm-hmm.
exact same thing.
Yes,
But
sir.
yeah,
Because I'm
so
waiting
it's
for
like,
this damn fight to finish. Because I'm on the last like 27 episodes. And I'm waiting for this damn fight to finish. But they could have waited for like 15 episodes just to do a damn side story about the main characters when they were kids for whatever the flip reason. I'm like, okay.
yeah,
I'm like, all
yeah.
right. I'm
They
like, that's enough.
So the reason they do that is because like when the manga gets ahead of the anime, I mean when the anime gets close to the manga, they just basically add all those stupid fillers just so the manga can stay ahead.
I see. That makes more
But it's
sense.
still annoying. It's still so annoying. That is one of the reasons why like the 12 episode like anime style works better in cases like that because there is no time to make up freaking plot fillers and stuff.
Mm-hmm. No me gusta then. No me gusta.
Yes.
um, all right. Well, since you went with action, I'll go with. Well, I'll go with action too. My top, and this is my number one of the year, and I'm starting with it. Arcane. Anybody who's seen Arcane will know how freaking amazing this was, and I watched it out of sheer curiosity initially because I don't know anything about League of Legends, and I expected it to be a little dull, but I watched it only because the art style in the anime just looks it's so different, and it just looks so amazing, and after like the first episode, I immediately got hooked on this damn show and the story of these girls and the things that they go through is just insane. And again, I won't spoil anything because I want you to watch it. But yeah, trust me, it's one of those hidden gems for sure because you
Okay,
got.
just no,
Go
go
ahead.
on.
No, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say you said it's based off of. Well, you said League of Legends. So what does that mean? Is
Yep.
it based off of League of Legends, or is
Yeah.
it like the end? Okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah. It's based off some characters in League of Legends, and I don't know a damn thing about League of Legends
Neither do I.
to this
I
day,
just hear about it.
even after watching the anime, I don't know anything about League of Legends. But again, it's just these characters they came to life, and they brought forth such a cult following, especially Jinx. Man, oof! I got a Filipino friend of mine who he simps over Jinx like nobody else. Because I asked him why the last season had finished up. I asked him if he watched it, and he was like, "I don't care about the story. I just want to see Jinx." I was like, "Okay, all right. Well, you do that." But yeah, it's a story about these two sisters and the loss that they go through and the transformation that they go through because of the loss. And man, they just go to some crazy, crazy places. Um, and by the end of the second season, you're like, did they really just do that? Um, so yeah, so I'll definitely recommend checking that out to anybody who hasn't seen it yet. It's top tier, peak anime,
Peak anime.
peak anime. What's your next one, brother?
Well, this is one that I'm sure me and you could probably both agree on because if the hilariousness of girlfriend.
Good lord, that man, that dude. Uh, what's
Each
his name?
episode got you laughing. Oh, I
Now,
have
yeah,
trouble remember. Yeah, now yeah.
yeah. Oof. That dude, he's damn girl, you.
Damn, girl, you got my heart racing.
That dude was like the blackest Japanese dude I ever met
That's
in my
what I
life.
was told. I just be the exact words I was gonna say.
He too cold. And then he somehow figures out a way to get like three more girls to fall in love with him and move in with him at the same. I was like, how are you gonna do this? How in the blue flip are you gonna let these girls gonna just be happy living with you? It's like, come on, man. But it all works out. It all works out every single time.
Problems that we wish that we had.
Exactly, and I mean it's a different take on a harem, and it's just beyond funny. Um, but I enjoyed the each girl's different personality because each one was completely different, And
I'm not too fond of her. I mean, Mika's is a little, a little cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs.
yeah, she's definitely crazy. And my friend who I was just talking about Jinx, he likes the crazy blondes in the animes. Like
Oh,
the one from Prison School. Remember her?
oh God.
Yeah. So
Uh-huh.
I told him to watch Girlfriend because I know he would like Mikasa.
Oh, she a creative psycho.
For 1,000%. It's just too funny. Yeah, but that each episode just got more and more funnier than the last, and even the second season. I get leery about second seasons because
That second season might have actually been better than the first season. That's hard to
hmm
say because you're right. Usually, first seasons are way better.
yeah, especially when they try to do too much with the second season. But they did just the right amount of stuff in the season, and it definitely helped me. I think I binged it. I watched one episode every day on the way to work, and yeah, it was definitely a good time.
I,
And
wa-
also too on my lunch breaks as well. So
I watched like 3 episodes when I was coming back on the plane, and I probably watched the rest of the episodes within the week of being back home.
I bet you're glad you downloaded those episodes to come here, right?
Yes, yes. Even though I was originally planning on watching it beforehand, but I always get distracted with other stuff. But it was a perfect distraction.
My next one is Delicious in Dungeon. I like different types of anime. Like anime's been around for so long, and we've watched so much of it being anime nerds from the '80s, and a lot of it can be like samey. You got the action guys and who fly around and fight, or you got the harems. Like I even got really sick of isekai animes for a while because I just discovered those like recently, and I binge watched a bunch of those. But I got tired of those too. Um, but something like Delicious in Dungeon is just different. The fact that this crew of adventurers have to go through and like find they run out of. Did you watch it? Did you
I
watch it?
have not watched that one though.
Okay.
Not yet.
There's definitely one you need to add to your list. This group of adventurers, they basically run out of money and run out of food, and the one main character is obsessed with monsters. He's obsessed with like learning what different monsters do and how they act, and even more weirdly, how they taste. And
Uh-huh.
yeah, and then there's this other adventurer that joins him, and he's like basically a chef, and he specializes in knowing how to cook the monsters. It doesn't always work out, which is hilarious. But that's another funny anime that has fantastic action and a different premise to it. Um, yeah, I could watch that one over and over again, to be honest. So it definitely made my top of the list for this year. What's your next one?
See, now this is where I'm having the trouble because I know I've watched plenty of anime, but I don't remember which ones I watched in 2024 now.
I got one for you. It had the most catchy theme song, and it started with love.
Oh yeah, Love is War, Love is War, Love is War, Love is War. That was a great anime. Yeah, that. Yep, you're right because I remember. Don't ask me how I also. I got my shiny Celebi while watching that. So how could I forget that was this year? Yeah, I mean last year. Yes. That was a great. It was a great anime. It's just it was funny. The main. It's like you wouldn't think that they could go so far just because they know they like each other, but they were trying so hard to make the other person fall in love. It was hilarious.
I was like, what are they gonna do next? Hey, those fools got issues, both of them.
I know they were like some freaking psychopaths trying to make the other one fall in love. Like I cannot be the one to fall first. It must be you. We are Venom now.
And then of course they got the usual crazy cast of characters to support them. It's like
Oh yeah, that one dude, the one that that was like the year younger. He was he was definitely a character, but he was good. Dude. He got that one girl, like the super hyped up girl.
I was and the one younger chick, she was like an undercover freak.
Oh yeah, uh-huh.
It's just crazy stuff that they be saying. Like you never expect these characters to say half the stuff that they're saying, but then they just bust out with some craziness. Like
Yeah.
Saki from Girlfriend. She she called the one chick a walking five head. I was like,
Oh yeah. And I'm
Saki
pretty
was
sure
so
you
crazy.
mentioned some stuff like thoughts and all sorts of other things. Saki was
Hmm.
hilarious.
Yeah, she was a freaking mess and a half. Um, another one of mine that definitely it didn't come out of nowhere, but I mean it was being advertised everywhere, but I didn't know anything about it. And again, it's one of those different premises. Solo leveling. That's another great action one. Like this low rank adventurer who can't even beat E rank dungeons. He can't even survive E rank dungeons without being healed. Um, exactly, and he just he finds a way to get strong and level up. I'm not going to spoil it, but yeah, the things that he does at the end of the first season it leaves your jaw dropped, and it's like where the flip are they going to go from here? And the second season just started, but it's all subs, so I'll be waiting for the dubs to drop. Speaking of which, when the frick are the dubs for Daima? Damn it.
I was about to ask the same thing because I've been looking forward to trying to check what it's going to be about. Well, it's like almost February now. Well, it's the beginning of January, but I don't think it's made an announcement. I think it is like February when it comes out. Let's do a quick little search while we're on live. Let's see what's happening.
But yeah, but solo leveling, they definitely did a lot of unexpected things, and a lot of animes can be pretty predictable. You know what's going to happen and what they're going to do because it's just easy to read. But this one definitely was not. It was completely unpredictable from start to finish, and I had a great time with that one.
Oh, I got a quick little update. Apparently, it's going to debut this Friday, January 10th on Crunchyroll.
Hey, perfect, nice. And it's probably going to be the same 3 episodes that we watched in the theater, but
I didn't watch it in theater, so I'm fine.
what?
I should say I didn't watch. Remember, I asked you, was it really worth going to see, or you guys just wait?
Oh yeah. What was that we saw in theaters together?
We saw when I was out there the My Hero Academia, the movie.
Ah,
That
yeah,
movie.
yeah.
Oh, there's another anime. Okay, yeah.
But you said that I was one that was kind of mad, right? You didn't.
The
You
oh,
didn't.
the movies are always meh because they basically do the same thing every time.
Hmm. That's true. I mean, I had a good time with it.
I mean, I
I take
enjoyed it for what
those
it was.
exactly. I take those for what they are because I know they're gonna be just like straight action and straight to the point, which is
Hmm
fine. Which is fine by me.
All of that bootleg All Might needed to go somewhere.
What was it? What was
Mafia
it? Was
boss
it
of All Might.
Dark All Might?
I can't remember what he called himself.
I think it was Dark All Might. Oh no,
Dark Might.
it was Dark Might. It was Dark Might,
Dark Might.
which is definitely a bootleg name.
Uh-huh.
And if you listen carefully, he came out with the Jimmy Uso music.
Might as well have.
Your boy, the mafia boss, Jimmy Uso.
He was so bootleg. Yeah, you're right. He's just a freaking Jimmy.
Poor baby. One more mention for me. It was one called "Too Many Losing Heroines," and I really had that was another surprise. It looks like Alistair has joined us. What's up, bro?
Wow.
Hey, this is 2020. This is 2025. There's stuff that we need to do to survive this year, and heroin is one of them. So,
Gotta do that heroin.
with a side of Ebola. That is a nickname for Eric, Ebola. What's happening, Kev? What's up, bro? Good talk. So we have been talking about our favorite anime from this year. What's one of yours that you enjoyed this year? Yes, sir. I'm not done with this, so no spoilers.
Oh yeah, that was a good one too. But I thought
It's all good. We're actually just about to move on to our games, our top games of this year. So, since you just joined us, Kev, I'll let you start. What's one of your most fun experiences you had this year in gaming? Could one be a fantasy that's not final? Mm-hmm. Oh, I love Astrobot. It's definitely on. Yeah, that's what she said. Nice and fun. Oh, oh really? You can definitely talk about that one because that's one I haven't played. I played the demo of it. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
pastries.
Cute.
Go ninja, go ninja, go.
Mm-hmm. Detective Pikachu.
No, don't ever do that again.
Aww. Rule 34. Mm-hmm.
It's basically Barbie. It's basically Barbie.
You're so stupid.
No, look, it's like Ice Skater Barbie, Doctor Barbie. Uh, well, I'm just saying that's kind of the example. I bet you any job that Peach has, I'm pretty sure Barbie's had. Pastry chef Beach. Pastry chef Barbie.
You're a mess. You are a mess and a half.
Sabalier Barbie.
You're so stupid. Dude got issues. Yeah, I played that demo, but that's about as far as I got. I didn't care for it, and I actually felt the same way about that game as I felt about Peach's other game, the one that she had on DS.
Super Peach or something like that.
Yeah. Nope.
No, it was like
The
super.
one where she had to basically use her emotions to fight, which was which is not good for anybody.
Wasn't it like Super Princess Peach? I think what it was called. I don't remember. I
Yeah,
never played
it
it, but
was
I
something
heard
like that.
about it.
Her powers were one. You push the button to make her cry, and there's like a
What?
waterfall that comes out of her eyes to attack the
Ew.
enemies. So she basically cried on the enemies. Another one is
Ew.
when she got angry, and she just turned caught on fire or something. It was a mess. It was a
Ew.
huge mess. That game was not fun at all. And since I hadn't played it, I never played it back when it came out, but I've always wanted to because it's a Peach game and it's supposed to be amazing. And I paid like $40 for that damn old ass cart, and then it was not worth it. Nice. It was actually next on my list. I didn't beat that, but when I was on vacation for Christmas, I played about a good 6-7 hours of it, and man, okay. So I always do this to myself. Like when I first started playing the game, I'll play the first hour or two, and I always stop like right before the tutorial stuff ends, and I'm like, this is man. And that's what I did when the game first came out, like because like the first hour and a half is just like straight tutorial, and it's just like boring basically. But after that, you start getting more enemies, and you basically Jones can use echoes of enemies to fight with as Princess Peach.
I see, and I think we lost Kevin.
We did. He'll come back. um, but yeah, because at first you get to do an echo of like a bed. Yes, you heard me, a bed. And then you get like echoes of like a barrel, and then I think like the first enemy is like a bird that you get. It's like okay, this just stupid.
Yeah.
But then the puzzles start coming into play. Like the world opens up. You get to explore. You get to go wherever you want in this world, and you open up the map as you go along, and you start getting more and more powerful enemies, and you start to get more familiar enemies, like the bokoblins and those guys with the spears from frickin' Zelda 2 that used to always piss me off. You can get those guys in the game, and when you come across different enemies, you basically plop down the echo, and they start to fight on your behalf, and it gets so good, especially with the puzzles and whatnot. So yeah, that was definitely one I'm gonna try to finish this year.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
All right, Jones, what's one on your list?
Well, I'm gonna go with Diablo 4, and rather than my normal Final Fantasy straight, because that's always on the top of my list of games that I'm playing according to the list of lists. But yeah, I want to say Diablo 4 because Kevin got me into it. It's like originally I didn't, I was like, cause I played Diablo 3. I wasn't very impressed with Diablo 3. It was like, it was okay, but I just wasn't really into it. But like Diablo 4, I don't know. It just does everything right. It has a good story. It has good, like, they have a lot of characters you can pick, and then it's like has a crap ton of character customization. Like,
that game is gorgeous. Look, that's the because I dove into that too, and I played like the first like 2 hours, and the character I made, it looked like Juan a little bit, but it's like this dark apocalyptic necromancer looking dude, and man, he looked freaking boss. I was like, yo, that's awesome.
yes, I made a very hot Leanna. You know how that be going. But yes, like,
Of course.
yeah, you can make some they have some nice, and like, I like how the different, like, jobs, if you pick a job, you have like a completely kind of different body type and stuff. Like, it's not just, you can be the same looking character all the time. No, like, if you're going to be a sorceress, you're going to be like a sorceress. You're not going to have like super buff, but you're not going to be like crazy looking either. Then, they got the other characters. Like, if you want to be the necromancers, they're kind of like I think they're like the bony looking people. Like, they be, Kevin could tell you better. Like, they just be looking like, anorexic, kind of sickly or something like that. But, it's just their kind of look. So, all the different characters in Diablo 4. I'm explaining this. All the characters in Diablo 4 have like different looks and stuff to them. That was actually my
how about according to Kevin? Gotcha.
It was actually my top game for October, November, and December.
Yeah, that's funny.
For PlayStation. That's not worry. Honestly, I haven't really been playing. Well, yeah, I ain't gonna. Well, I did before I got my new PC, so I shouldn't have been so surprised when like the first half of the year was all Final Fantasy 14.
No, of course not. It was just when Dawn Trail launched, right?
Well, when Dawn Trail launched, I was actually more back on the PC, but yeah, because Dawn Trail came out in June, so I was on basically from January, I think, till about August and September for Final Fantasy. I'm not sure why I was on there for September because I really didn't play too much on the PS5 in September, but that's what it said.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, but if you got. Hmm. In which way? That's hilarious. Excuse me. Yeah, it's funny. The Glitch Master. That's gonna be Kevin's next nickname, the Glitch Master. Hmm.
Let's just
Gotcha.
call it Mr. Exploration because I remember when he did in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, like he didn't even go to the freaking first town because he wanted to freaking go explore the damn map.
Hmm. That is true. That's funny. All those bubbles, as our girl Kim would say.
Sure did.
Yeah, he got. Hmm.
It's
just,
understandable.
just ask. Just ask. We got you
But it
covered.
did come out to be pretty good. Like I said, I'm actually do enjoy it. I made the comment. I was actually mentioning that while you were gone. I did mention like I tried Diablo 3. I don't know. I couldn't get into Diablo
Ah,
3 like 4. Like something about it. What's that? Oh, that doesn't sound good.
what happened?
I don't know. You were doing the like something done tapping on the recording or something like that.
No. The recorder's fine. I'm fighting this demon crystal bear, and I'm getting spanked over here.
I
Yeah,
got you.
continue.
Well, yes.
Hmm. Well, isn't four the best version of the game so far?
Well, they're different games story wise. There's 2, 3, and 4 and whatever. So I would assume 4 would be the best version. People love Diablo 3. It's like a cult classic for like people.
I gotcha. Yep. Hmm. Oh, that's pretty cool.
Is that like a new thing, or is that something they've been doing? Because I see, didn't know that.
Interesting. So I started off 2024. There's a place down here called Outer Banks, and we go every year for New Year's. Yeah, I forgot it was a TV show, but it's basically it's a tourist spot. It's a peninsula, and it's just drop dead gorgeous. And the weather around New Year's is just perfect down there. It's not cold. I mean, it's not hot by any means, but it's not like freezing. But it's nice enough to go outside anyway. So I was expecting just to be down there and kind of enjoying outside and headed to the beach and nice little walks. And my time got interrupted by a little game called Prince of Persia: Lost Crown. I've always been into the Prince of Persia series. Always, ever since the early PlayStation days. PlayStation 2 days, yeah. But But this one, it takes it to a different direction. It puts it in like a side scroller, kind of Castlevania esque type of gameplay. And the demo, yeah, exactly. And the demo was terrible. Like that's gonna be a different episode that we're gonna do, but the demo did it no justice at all. So I almost didn't play it. But then I just decided to pick it up because I like the series, and man, it is seriously, it was my game of the year for almost half a year. Because man, that game just did everything right in terms of side-scrolling Metroidvania like games. It was paced well. The powers were done very well. The boss fights, every single boss fight was different. It had a perfect ending to that game, and it was just enjoyable from start to finish. I literally binged it the 4 days that we were in Outer Banks. Like I was in the bed playing this game every time my wife asked me to do anything. I was like, I play Prince of Persia. Exactly, exactly. I literally could not stop playing it, literally, because I wanted to find the next power up so I can get to the next area, so I can get to the next boss fight. That's how good it was. And then on top of that, the soundtrack was amazing, which I still listen to it to this day, and the graphics for the game, the art style that they chose was just freaking phenomenal. So, if you guys like Metroidvanias, or you want to take a break and play something a little bit different, Prince of Persia: Lost Crown is the game for you. Jonesy.
Indeed.
Oh no, it's Kevin's turn. If you need time, we can come back to you.
What did I play?
I mean, in a full year. Hmm. The unfinisher, Kevin the unfinisher.
I think I'm worth.
Oh, you still haven't beat 16 yet? I got you. That's
Okay,
funny.
maybe you're worth.
Hmm. I never played it back when it came out, but I've always wanted to because it's a Peach game and it's supposed to be amazing. And I paid like $40 for that damn old ass cart, and then it was not worth it. Nice. It was actually it was actually next on my list. I didn't beat that, but when I was on vacation for Christmas, I played about a good 6, 7 hours of it, and man, okay. So I always do this to myself. Like when I first started playing the game, I'll play the first hour or two, and I always stop like right before the tutorial stuff ends. And I'm like, this is man. And that's what I did when the game first came out. Like, cause like the first hour and a half is just like straight tutorial, and it's just like boring basically. But after that, you start getting more enemies, and you basically Jones can use echoes of enemies to fight with as Princess Peach.
I see, and I think we lost Kevin.
We did. He'll come back. um, but yeah, because at first you get to do an echo of like a bed. Yes, you heard me, a bed. And then you get like echoes of like a barrel, and then I think like the first enemy is like a bird that you get. It's like okay, this just stupid.
Yeah.
But then the puzzles start coming into play. Like the world opens up. You get to explore. You get to go wherever you want in this world, and you open up the map as you go along, and you start getting more and more powerful enemies, and you start to get more familiar enemies, um, like the bokoblins and those guys with the spears from frickin' Zelda 2 that used to always piss me off. You can get those guys in the game, and when you come across different enemies, you basically plop down the echo, and they start to fight on your behalf, and it gets so good, especially with the puzzles and whatnot. So yeah, that was definitely one I'm gonna try to finish this year.
Yes,
All
for
right,
sure, for sure.
all right, Jones, what's one on your list?
Well, I'm gonna go with Diablo 4, and rather than my normal Final Fantasy straight, because that's always on the top of my list of games that I'm playing according to the list of lists. But yeah, I want to say Diablo 4 because Kevin got me into it. It's like originally. I didn't, I was like, cause I played Diablo 3. I wasn't very impressed with Diablo 3. It was like, it was okay, but I just wasn't really into it. But like Diablo 4, I don't know. It just does everything right. It has a good story. It has good, like they have a lot of characters you can pick, and then it's like has a crap ton of character customization. Like,
That game is gorgeous. Look, that's the because I dove into that too, and I played like the first like 2 hours, um, and the character I made, it looked like Juan a little bit, but it's like this dark apocalyptic necromancer looking dude, and man,
mm-hmm.
he looked freaking boss. I was like, yo, that's awesome.
Yes, I made a very hot Leanna. You know how that be going. But yes, like
Of course.
yeah, you can make some very. They have some nice, and like I like how the different like
Excuse me.
job. If you pick a job, you have like a completely kind of different body type and stuff. Like it's not just you can be the same looking character all the time. No, like if you're gonna be a sorceress, you're gonna be like a sorceress. You're not gonna have like super buff, but you're not gonna be like crazy looking either. Then they got the other characters. Like if you want to be the necromancers, they're kind of like the I think they're like the bony looking people. Like they be Kevin could tell
Hmm.
you better. Like they just be looking like anorexic, kind of sickly or something like that. But it's just their kind of look. So, all the different characters in Diablo 4. I'm explaining this. All the characters in Diablo 4 have like different looks and stuff to them. That
how,
was
how
actually my.
how about according to Kevin? Gotcha.
It was actually my top game for October, November, and December
Yeah, that's funny.
for PlayStation. That's not worry. Honestly, I haven't really been playing. Well, yeah, I ain't gonna. Well, I did before I got my new PC, so I shouldn't have been so surprised when like the first half of the year was all Final Fantasy 14.
No, of course not. It was just when Dawn Trail launched, right?
Well, when Dawn Trail launched, I was actually more back on the PC, but yeah, because Dawn Trail came out in June, so I was on basically from January, I think, till about August or September for Final Fantasy. I'm not sure why I was on there for September because I really didn't play too much on the PS5 in September, but that's what it said.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, but if you got, hmm in which way? That's hilarious. Excuse me. Yeah, it's funny. The Glitch Master. That's gonna be Kevin's next nickname, the Glitch Master. Hmm.
let's just
Gotcha.
call him Mr. Exploration because I remember when he did in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, like he didn't even go to the freaking first town because he wanted to freaking go explore the damn map.
Mm-hmm. That is true. That's funny. All those bubbles, as our girl Kim would say.
Sure did.
Yeah, he got. Mm-hmm.
It's
just,
understandable.
just ask. Just ask. We got you
But it
covered.
did come out to be pretty good. Like I said, I'm actually do enjoy it. I made the comment. I was actually mentioning that while you were gone. I did mention like I tried Diablo 3. I don't know. I couldn't get into Diablo
Ah,
3 like 4. Like something about it. What's that? Oh, that doesn't sound good.
what happened?
I don't know. You were doing that like something done tapped on the recording or something like that.
No. The record is fine. I'm fighting this demon crystal bear, and I'm getting spanked over here. Go
I
ahead,
got you.
continue.
Well, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, isn't four the best version of the game so far?
Well, they're different games story wise. There's 2, 3, and 4 and whatever. So I would assume 4 would be the best version. People love Diablo 3. It's like a cult classic for like people.
I got you. Yep. Mm-hmm. Oh, that's pretty cool.
Is that like a new thing, or is that something they've been doing? Because I see, didn't know that.
Interesting. So I started off 2024. There's a place down here called Outer Banks, and we go every year for New Year's. Yeah, I forgot it was a TV show, but it's a tourist spot. It's a peninsula, and it's just drop dead gorgeous. And the weather around New Year's is just perfect down there. It's not cold. I mean, it's not hot by any means, but it's not like freezing. But it's nice enough to go outside anyway. So I was expecting just to be down there and kind of enjoying outside and headed to the beach and nice little walks. And my time got interrupted by a little game called Prince of Persia: Lost Crown. I've always been into the Prince of Persia series, always, ever since the early PlayStation days, PlayStation 2 days, yeah. But this one, it takes it to a different direction. It puts it in like a side scroller, kind of Castlevania esque type of gameplay. And the demo, yeah, exactly. And the demo was terrible. Like that's gonna be a different episode that we're gonna do, but the demo did it no justice at all. So I almost didn't play it. But then I just decided to pick it up because I like the series, and man, it is seriously, it was my game of the year for almost half a year. Because man, that game just did everything right in terms of side-scrolling Metroidvania like games. It was paced well. The powers were done very well. The boss fights, every single boss fight was different. It had a perfect ending to that game, and it was just enjoyable from start to finish. I literally binged it the 4 days that we were in Outer Banks. Like I was in the bed playing this game every time my wife ask me to do anything. I'm like, I play Prince of Persia. Exactly, exactly. I literally could not stop playing it, literally, because I wanted to find the next power up so I can get to the next area, so I can get to the next boss fight. That's how good it was. And then on top of that, the soundtrack was amazing. Which I still listen to it to this day, and the graphics for the game, the art style that they chose was just freaking phenomenal. So, if you guys like Metroidvanias, or you want to take a break and play something a little bit different, Prince of Persia: Lost Crown is the game for you. Jonesy.
Indeed.
Oh no, it's Kevin's turn. If you need time, we can come back to you.
What did I play?
I mean, in a full year. Hmm. The unfinisher, Kevin the unfinisher.
I think I'm worth.
Oh, you still haven't beat 16 yet? I got you. That's
Okay,
funny.
maybe you're worth.
Mm-hmm. Jones, how far are you in Rebirth?
Let's just say that I need to still beat the game. Let's just say that. Let's just say that because no, I think I'm in chapter 7 if that's the case because I did play some when I was on my vacation.
Yeah, you did.
I'm
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Of course. It's understandable.
Oh yeah,
It's
I finished Coral Prison. That's the last thing I did.
okay. Yeah, you got a good way to go. Good way to go, my man.
Look, my gripe is literally just there's
The mini
way
games.
yes because I like to complete everything before I move on, but it's just so many games. It's like I got to the gold sauce. Of course, there's gonna be like 5 mini games I got to do up in there. That's what slows me down from it. That is literally what slows me down from beating that game. All those damn
Yeah,
mini games.
I definitely did not expect that many freaking mini games. I only expected honestly like the card game, and then I expected some mini games in the Gold Saucer, and I thought that was gonna
Yeah,
be it. But like
yeah.
literally every. Go ahead.
More. Yeah, it's gonna be terrible.
Okay, well, no. I was gonna say I have good news. I don't know if you guys heard it, but
I did
the,
hear you say that they weren't gonna put as many games. They
yes,
felt like it was
and I
overwhelming.
was straight from the director's mouth. So yeah, you guys should be okay. Because I guarantee they heard the feedback.
It's like everything was a bit. That's why it's a freaking trilogy because they got them for 20,000 mini games taking up over half the game.
Final Fantasy VII, the minigame.
They gotta have Tifa. They gotta have Tifa Booba. They got to.
That's funny. Mm-hmm. Yes.
No, 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 no. We are not doing Kingdom Hearts here. Please, no.
Good Lord. Oh
Stop.
Lord. It's
Stop.
it's gonna be a reunion. Everybody knows that. Good talk.
Ugh.
You guys are silly. I would love to
Oh.
play that. I still haven't played that damn game.
I
Even
haven't played it, but
even
I have an unopened copy on the PlayStation 2.
really?
Pass.
No, thank you.
Pass.
Not even a little bit. No, listen.
Final Fantasy 7, give us your money.
Final Fantasy 7, take my money.
Final Fantasy 7, shut up and take my gill.
There you go. That's a better one. Yeah. Mhm. Mhm. Okay. I might have to. Oh yeah. Mhm. Yep. I played the first. I played the first section of that, and then as soon as the gotcha stuff started happening, I almost threw up in my mouth, and I had to stop playing.
No, no.
Like no, thank you. Exvius. Mhm. I see.
There's a secret of Mama Gotcha game?
Yeah.
I remember that crap, but we saw that video.
Yeah. I started playing. Go ahead. Gotcha. Yeah, it's just gonna take a lot of grinding to do a lot of that stuff. Yeah. Yeah, I gotcha. Well, speaking of mana, move on to my next one. Visions of Mana. and I've been a huge fan of the Mana series since back in the day, since Eric and I used to play it. I've told many stories and many times on this podcast about how me, Trey, and Eric used to go through, and Eric used to make us stay in one spot and level up for like four or 5 hours.
It was worth it though. We were badass. We didn't have no trouble. Look, don't ask me why. I love our little training sessions where we go to the ice town and then we go out and just do like training like for like all day.
Dick, straight dick.
Wow. Wow.
That's funny.
Wow. Look, I'm the one that got most of my friends into RPG, so I don't want to hear
it. No, we definitely had a good time. I mean, because again, well, I can't speak for Eric because he wasn't, but I was extremely poor. So I had a Nintendo at my grandma's house, and I didn't go over there all the time, and I only had 2 games. I had Dino Wars, and there was another game, I forgot what it was, but there was something bootleg. So I only got to play my Nintendo once a week. So I would go to Eric's house and play whenever I could. Anyway, back to Visions of Mana. Yeah, Visions of Mana was very reminiscent to me of Tales of Arise. Like, the Tales series to me is one of my all-time favorite RPG series, and it was slacking for a long time, for years and years. But the Tales of Arise brought it back to its former glory, and the same thing happened with Visions of Mana. Like, I did not expect it to go as hard as it did, but as Eric said, it went hard in the paint.
Hell yeah. And I was funny, I was just looking because I was looking at when Kevin was talking about he was looking at his games, I just went and scrolled through my PlayStation stuff. I have Visions of Mana on my like little page of games I played, but I know I downloaded the demo, but why do I have the full I don't know. I think it was just one of those situations where it showed up because I don't even actually think I remember playing the demo, even though I was supposed to play the demo and make an episode or something. But look, I have the demo download, but then like 2 things over, I have like the full game is like I'm gonna press X to see what happens.
Yeah, you better consider yourself.
Oh, never mind. It just said view product, so never mind. Did you?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that game. I mean, there's my only gripe with the game is that some of the voices can be just a little annoying, but that's like.
Then terrible.
Mm-hmm. But
like Charlotte.
But it's not as bad as the remake. It's nowhere near as bad. There's only one character's voice that I really don't care for. But aside from that, that's it. Like the action is fantastic. The story turned out to be way more than I ever thought it was going to be, and the finale, the actual finish to the game, they did a good job. They kind of do like a psych out a little bit, and you think they're going to go one way, but then they go the other way, and that made me very happy. Because I was like, man, I know I didn't come all this way to the freaking mana tree to to not fulfill my destiny. But then they do a good job, and they kind of flip it around. Again, no spoilers, but yeah, I definitely enjoyed the hell of that game. And that's another one I found myself binging, just like almost every day. I would come home and play at least a good 4 hours. And it's been quite a while since the game has like really hooked me like that. And
I know a game that hooked you like that.
Yep, that's one of them on my list, and I'm waiting for Monster Hunter to come out because you guys will not hear from me for a very long time. Hey. I mean, that's a very short game. That's kind of hard to get burned out on. It's like what, 6 hours?
It's pretty short. Like I got the platinum in like a week.
Yeah, that game was definitely.
I'm just saying, don't be doing that. I'm just saying, I got the platinum like a week because Miles Morales was basically like a DLC game.
Yeah. Gotcha.
I'm sad. I did not get a single platinum this year or last year.
The trophies. But Jones, what's next for you, brother?
Well, we're going full circle. I think we know where we're going here. But it's okay. So I'm gonna put it as a very controversial reason. I'm putting Final Fantasy XIV Dawn Trail, but not because of the story, because the story was very much But I will put it from the actual content, like the dungeons and the raids and the trials. Like the actual battle content was on point. Apologies.
No, no,
Okay.
no, no.
Let me
It's okay. That's his opinion. If he thinks it was mad, doesn't mean I think it's gonna be mad.
let me frame. Okay, let me put it like this. It is meh compared to like Shadowbringers and Endwalker. Expansions that I have high love for. No,
Yeah,
he might
no,
like it more. He might
yeah,
like it
no.
more
I'm
because he
not that
didn't.
guy. I definitely make my own opinions, brother. I'm good to go on that one. You guys can say whatever you want. You can say it was the worst DLC or the worst expansion you ever played in your life, and I would still be like, okay, that's fine.
But regardless, back to what I was saying. So look, well, regardless of the story is indefinite. I mean, the story has some good parts too. Don't get me wrong. It had one very interesting part that happened, I should say. But regardless of that, so like they've been doing really good with like the dungeons and the stuff. Like they do some stuff. They've been doing some new stuff that you wouldn't expect them to do, especially in like their in-game content, like the 8-man raids and stuff. I love this raid here. I know you're not a big raid guy, Cyrus, but trust me when I say you're gonna enjoy it. Then you don't have to do it in the hard mode, just the regular mode. The casual player one. You're gonna. I feel like you're gonna actually enjoy the story for this new raid, and you're gonna enjoy the freaking raids itself. It's just something that I feel that from me knowing you, you're gonna enjoy it. That's all I'm gonna say.
Well, there was one dungeon I did recently that I really had a great time with, and I'm not a. I found out that I'm not a big fighter in Final Fantasy 14.
He's a lover, not a fighter.
I really don't care about that kind of stuff. That's not what I'm there for in the game. I'll do it if I have to, when I need to, but I more enjoy like the crafting and the gathering and stuff like that, and like putting together like the houses and like decorating, and I enjoy that a lot more.
Oh, speaking
But
of housing, have you gotten your? Did you put a house bid in? I believe tomorrow is the end of the entry period.
okay, I'll do that after this episode. I'm waiting for it to restart, but I've not done it yet. So yeah, I'll definitely do that. But as soon as I get a house, I mean, I'm gonna be taking my time doing that and decorating that and get my
Decorate
my disciples of
the
uh,
hand.
Temple of the Hand. Yeah, I'm trying not to
Get
say
your
it,
hand jobs on, brother. Get your hand jobs on.
trying to get those 200 and just enjoy the game in that aspect. So,
I mean, that's a great thing. There's always something to do.
yep, it's, yep. I'm definitely waiting for that one to come out. I'm really waiting for the freaking Switch 2 to drop so I can enjoy what's coming up next with that. But, yep. But that Fantasy Life game is definitely what I'm looking forward to. hmm Mm. I miss that so much. I miss that so freaking much.
Oh, California.
Nice. Back in the day, whenever I would go to GameStop or just walk around with my boy Juan, I would always have my DS in my pocket, and we would go to the mall and spend like an hour there. And I would come home and just check all the street pass me people that would have I've crossed in there. It just that's like that's like magic that you just can't get back. And
I do wish that they would do that for the Switch.
yeah, nice. Uh huh.
DS is. You said fish!
Mm-hmm. Nice.
Kingdom Hearts.
Nice. That's awesome. That's awesome. I like that. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, I've watched I watched the old gameplay of that game, and I watched the trailers for the new one that's coming out quite a few times. So I'm definitely excited about playing that. Um, let's see, let's do one more, and then we'll be close to ending the episode. Do, 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 do. Astrobot was already talked about, but it is on my list. It's definitely the most PlayStation game around that you
The
can
most PlayStation game. It bleeds PlayStation.
that you could possibly find. Yeah, it's and people have said this over and over again, but it's the closest thing that PlayStation has ever gotten to a Nintendo game, if that makes any sense. And it's just the fun factor, the joy that this game
Completely
that you
makes
experience
sense.
when you play it, and the challenges that they have. Like you wouldn't expect it to be any type of challenging, but the challenges that they do put forth in some of the stages, like they definitely hit different, and they definitely test your metal as a platformer. I'm looking forward to going back at some point in time and just doing those challenges, but the sheer joy of seeing those cameos and the stages that they create based off certain characters is like it's so genius. Like Team Asobi is just they did such a fantastic job with that game. I had a blast. And then there was some Christmas DLC that they dropped for free recently. I'm not gonna spoil that, but even that was just so much fun. So no, it doesn't expire. As soon as you load up the game, you'll have like a Christmas planet kind of just like drop in there, and you got to go and explore it. Um, if it doesn't drop, you might have to beat the game first. I don't know because I already beat the game and it just kind of popped up. But if it pops up without you beating the game, I suggest beating the game first because there are some spoilers in there when it comes to a lot of the powers. Um, yeah, so okay, okay, then hmm hmm I gotcha. Nope, because I played it I think last weekend and actually posted it on our YouTube page. So, yeah, but as soon as you beat the game, it should pop up. And also too, the finale of that game. Good lord, that was epic. Not expected to be epic, but they did a fantastic job. It was so good. I was like, oh man, that is awesome. Hmm. I gotcha. Another one that I'm going to mention. I haven't beaten it yet, but I do love the Persona series. Um, Persona 5 specifically, definitely. It introduced me to the series, and I went back and played a few of the other ones, but 5 is like top tier. But there's a game called Metaphor Fantasio, and that game just does so many things right that a modern RPG should be doing. And I love when they like break from the mold and just do things to make the gamer's life so much easier and just allow you to play the game. And this game definitely does that in spades. If anybody's into the Persona series, this is definitely one to play. Um, the art style is just beyond fantastic. The soundtrack is what you expect from a Persona kind of game. It's just weird enough. The the story itself and the interactions are just weird enough to be good and not just like crazy. Um, a lot of the Persona games tend to be kind of being like really over the top, and it can really turn people off because it's like that was kind of weird. Like, why is that monkey half naked and has a skull on his head in a diaper? It's like what is happening right now? That's the type of crazy that these games definitely go for. But um, without spoiling it, the main enemy in the game is not what you would ever expect. And I don't think it's ever been done before, to be honest. I could be wrong, but I don't think it's ever been done. And that helped my attention. And I played that when I was on vacation for a good week. And yeah, I can't wait to go back and finish it. But with Monster Hunter Wilds coming out, it's gonna be a while. Hmm. Hmm. Yep. 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 There's actually a demo currently on Final Fantasy. I mean, on Final Fantasy. Good lord, there's a demo on PlayStation 5 right now. Oh wow. I see. Interesting. Yeah, I heard that the battle system in that game it was kind of lacking. That's what I heard, but I never played it before, so but I definitely I want to play the demo and check it out for myself, because the art style looks pretty cool. It looks like Tactics a little bit to me. No, am I mistaken? That's right. You did get a pro. How's that working out for you?
He was ruining his boobies. The boobs weren't bouncing. Yeah, don't lie. That's a part of it.
Y'all are funny.
No jiggle. No jiggle. No jiggle. No jiggle.
I'm gonna start calling you No Jiggle Jones.
No, you wait. More Jiggle Jones. More Jiggle Jones.
We definitely don't want
Wow.
Jones to jiggle. We love you, but no Jiggle Jones, okay?
I don't want to jiggle either. That's nasty.
Hmm. Gotcha. Hmm. I see. I'm still trying to decide whether or not to get one for Wilds or not. I
Uh,
the game looked gorgeous for me on my PlayStation 5, and it ran perfectly fine. I had zero issues with mine, so I probably won't. The beta. I got you.
Yeah, I don't feel that upgrading to the PS5 Pro is that necessary. Like if my PS5 was dying, God forbid that happens, but if it was dying, maybe. But I just don't see a point in upgrading, especially how expensive it is. When it's the mid, it's the mid. The freaking PS6 should be coming out sooner than later.
Said prophesize.
And we're at 25, so they understand my not want of getting a Pro.
Hmm. Well, I've always had mine upwards.
Same here. I haven't had any issues.
The only time mine ever started acting up was when like the I hit like year two or year one and a half or something like that, and I hadn't cleaned it yet, and then it started cutting off when I was playing Final Fantasy 14.
Yeah, you
Um,
brought that thing naked to my house.
what?
You had it naked, like you didn't. You when you brought it when you
Oh
came
yeah,
out
yeah,
here in
yeah.
1 year,
Yep,
it was
yep,
naked. It was
yep. I
never.
didn't have the fins on it, yeah, because I was just trying to get some air in there. But I've cleaned it twice because I did it again a few months ago. But it was time for it to be cleaned anyway. So. Hmm. Excuse me. Yeah, yeah,
Wait, what the
because
hell's a slim? What the
has
hell's
that.
a slim? The PS5 has a slim model and wait, so there's three PS5s? What? You just said the PS5 Slim. I remember the original PS5 and the PS5 Pro. I don't remember there being a PS5 Slim. You have
Yeah.
a Slim too? So why is this conversation even happening?
You guys are funny. Hmm. Yeah. Because it's got that one piece in the middle.
I
Yep.
see.
It's got that one piece in the middle. So yeah, it's kind of a pain. Alrighty.
Yeah, that's
Rainbow.
doing too much.
Skittles. Taste the rainbow. All right. Well, we are almost to the end. Are there any? There's two more subjects I want to go over. Well, actually three. Are there any disappointments of 2025 for y'all?
WWE 2K24 and the announcement of WWE 2K25.
Well, actually, that's here in 2025, so you can't count
Whatever.
that.
Whatever. I'm just putting in my dislike of 2K right now.
Yeah, I played the same thing. I felt the same way. I was thinking the same thing. That's funny. That's hilarious. Not even a little bit. One of my disappointments was Sonic 3, the movie.
Oh, really?
Yes, sir. Okay, my personal issue with. Okay, so the first one was great. The second one did everything better. And then I love Keanu Reeves, but
I know you do.
But Keanu Reeves was too much Keanu Reeves in this movie.
Ha.
That's funny. Yep. I mean, of course, I watch all the stuff and I get the. I mean, they freaking said it in the commercial, so it wasn't hard to miss. But yeah, it just every time he does a movie, he sounds like this. Every single time. Yeah,
Yeah, you
that
missed a
was.
whole conversation about that.
Yeah, we talked about that earlier.
I don't know. I'll just say you missed the whole conversation because that would imply that you weren't here.
Yep, that was
Yeah,
fantastic.
yeah. Don't spoil it because I need to go watch season 3.
Hmm.
Watch it sub. That's all
You
you got to
got,
figure out.
you got this. You got this. I'm thinking about doing that for Naruto because I'm tired of waiting for these damn dubs to drop because they are not dropping.
That's somewhere because I watched them all like months ago.
Yeah, but you watched them on Cartoon Network.
I
On
did.
yes, on Crunchyroll and Hulu, they're not they're not done. It's so funny.
Get ready for.
Shithead was great. Yeah, of course.
That wasn't last year though. I could have sworn. No, I could have sworn the last Rent a Girlfriend because it usually comes out around like the near the summer, end of summer because it always comes out around the time that Cyrus is out here or whatever. But it did not come out this year.
All right, we're we're gonna push through a little bit because this episode is going over
2 hours.
by quite a bit, almost. Yeah, I'm gonna have to post it in two parts actually. What was y'all's best surprise of 2024?
How good Monster Hunter Wilds really is gonna be.
Hey, that makes me happy. That makes me very happy. Hmm. For Eric, yeah. How about you, Kevin? Did you have like something that just like kind of surprised the hell out of you this year?
Oh
You're so
Lord.
stupid. That's supposed to be disappointment, not a, a surprise is a good thing, not a bad thing. Um,
I got one for you, Kevin. And I know this isn't really even contemplate to you. Clive being a Tekken 8. Oh, that's a good surprise. Cyrus is like, I didn't understand any of that.
that was a lot of words that I did not understand. None of
That's
it.
just basically saying they did a throwback to a Christmas event from Final Fantasy 11 and Final Fantasy 14.
Nah, I got you. Hmm. Hmm.
Think of like Washington D.C.
What's happening right now? Uh huh. Okay, that's cool. I like that.
Kind of like how the final music after you did the Christmas event in 14 was, where it's like it had like the Christmas theme combined with Gridania's theme. It's kind of like what they did, but with a different area, and they did it like every single year.
I gotcha. That's pretty cool. One of my gotcha. One of my big surprises of the year was Infinity Nikki. Like I did not
Dress
expect
time.
did not expect to like that game at all, man. But man, they do the cozy game right. Like they're doing all those little things that you do in those games, the gathering, the fishing, the crafting, they do all that stuff right. And it doesn't hurt that the game looks drop dead gorgeous. Like there's no cozy game out there that looks that freaking good. Um, yeah, it is free to play, and I mean, of course, it has a gotcha element, but this is definitely one game that you definitely do not have to do that with at all. Um, I've heard people like rant and rave about how you could just play through the whole game without without spending one dime as far as the gotcha stuff goes, because the whole thing is that you gather things from materials from around and you make these dresses out of them, and the dresses give you new powers and new perks. Um, and the dress is like if you go to like fish, you have to put on a certain dress, but it auto puts on the dress for you when you go fishing, so you don't have to like go into your thing, put the dress on, and then go fishing. It just puts it on for you, and you can glamour and change it to whatever dress you want, and the customization is literally head from toe. It's not just head, torso, legs, feet. It goes deeper than that.
Head, shoulders, knees, and toes. Knees and toes.
No, it's the same character no matter what, but you can change, I think, the skin color of the character. Um,
It's Pokemon creation.
but of course, like the hair, you could change the hairstyle and the glasses and the pupils and all that kind of stuff. But it's still the character Nikki. Um, but the soundtrack is great. The little sidekick you get in the beginning he's funny as hell. They have little dungeons in there that you can go through. There is a small battle mechanic, but that's not the main focus of the game at all. They have Team Rocket-esque
Team Rocket's
characters in the
rocking,
game
talking
where you have
trouble,
to
walking
do like
trouble,
little.
double trouble, big trouble's gonna follow you. Sorry.
Okay, all right. Where you have to do like fashion offs with them, like you get into battle with them and you have to dress yourself like the best you can to see who can win like the best dressed. It's a lot of little stuff like that makes the game so much fun, and it has one of the best. Yeah, I see what you did there. They have one of the best. They have one of the best photo modes that I've seen in a game in a very long time. So yeah, that was a hell of a big surprise for me. I stopped playing it, but the 14 and 15 hours I put into it in the weekend, it was delightful to try and to play. Yeah. The
Okay,
dresses,
I
yeah.
said, gotcha! You keep on saying it.
There's certain dresses that are like legendary dresses or like high stat dresses or whatever, and of course you got like the princess dresses from Disney and stuff like that. But yeah, but those either cost. No. But it's like the bootleg princess dresses are in there. I mean, you can tell it's inspired by Disney, but that's pretty much it. One last thing before we end, because I am going to run out of time. Any games that you're looking forward to? Well, I should say, what game are you looking forward to playing most in 2025? AZ,
VA.
ZA, AZ, Pokemon Legends ass.
I'm always looking forward to a Pokemon game, as you know. So, but yes, hopefully it will be on the Switch. I feel that the reason it didn't come out yet is because it's going to be on the Switch too. Because it could have came out last year. I'm pretty sure if it was
Well, the Switch 2, they have confirmed that the Switch 2 is going to be announced before March sometime. So we got less than 2 months before this damn thing is officially announced. Officially. You're so stupid. I hope it's not just the Switch 2. I'm hoping for a different name for this damn system.
Super Switch.
Nope, Super Nintendo Switch. There you go. Yeah, that's gonna be a ways away. True. Everybody knows my most anticipated game, and there will be a beta for it coming in the beginning of February. What was that? Princess Peach 2, you so stupid. Definitely not. Nope, Monster Hunter Wilds. And I'm trying to avoid whatever I can on the game because I don't want anything else spoiled. I just want to play the damn thing. And at the end of February, my wish will be granted. All right, folks. Well, that was our fantastic topics.
Well, you all said both of the games I was gonna say, so I ain't got nothing now.
And Eric starts the year as angry as ever. Poor baby. We love you, Jones. Those are our top experiences of 2024, and we look forward to 2025 being just as amazing. My characters are glitching right now. Her leg is like twitching. Stop it. And yeah, and next episode potentially is going to be pet peeves, which I have a long list of pet peeves that I really want to talk about.
He's gonna be the angry elf.
I really am, because me playing Forspoken has brought up a lot of reminders of things that I don't like about games. Not because this game does it, but because this game does things that are, it does things the right way. It does things the right way, and I'm excited about the things that games are doing, modern games are doing now. They're really respecting gamers' times, and I really appreciate that. Anyway,
R-E-S-P-E-C-T.
oh Lord, as this cat licks itself midair, that's pretty funny. Anyway, until next time, gamers, keep on
Leveling up 2025!